You want some toast? With honey and butter? Yes. Okay, come on then. Let's go. Hi everybody, this is Guy, and today I'm gonna go to a place called WOHOORIM in FriYay.min, and I'm just doing my makeup now. I have got one of those cameras that film, you know, when you're driving. I can't remember what they're called. It's like a cam thing, dash cam, and so maybe we'll get some cool footage of the drive, and I get to show you one of the nicest places in Queensland. This is I didn't even know WOHOORIM existed until recently, because where I go in FriYay.min, it's always another area, and I always just went there. I didn't even know there was anywhere else to go, to be honest. And then I find this place. So it has amazing beach and it has amazing cafe. So I will collect some sand for my orgonites. Orgonites, if you look up what orgonites are, they're very, very cool. And one guy online said he collects sand and puts that in his orgonites because there's a lot of crystals in the sand that will work with your orgonite as well. And then you can layer it up. So that looks really, really cool. So I'm doing, my orgonite doesn't look very fancy, but they do the job they're meant to do. And that is all that matters. So the whole house now is full of orgonites. And the garden itself has it, like, it's just really different. I really felt it in the beginning. I felt there was a shift, like I really felt there was a change. And now I'm used to having them everywhere. I'm not really a makeupy person, but because I'm so pale, I have to put mascara on. I just look really, really tired if I don't have any mascara on, and my lashes and my eyebrows are really, really pale as well. So I put a bit of effort into my makeup, but it's very, very basic with me. I might put a bit of like this on. Both of my mascaras are like dried up. I can use them on my eyebrows as well as lashes. That's how dry they are, so I need to get another one. Okay. Alright, let's get going. Here, isn't it? There's hair everywhere. I have too much hair. Yeah. That's it. There's heaps of dogs out there. We're loving it. Oh my god. This is like a dog's paradise.
All in, because you know, you can. Yep, that's enough.
It's a good idea with the tape. You know?
So there won't matter if this one sticks up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Just need to get it in there. Huh?
Beautiful, perfect spot.
Have to just right that off the top. The conch ready to go. Got my bulb, I got my pyramid, but a pyramid might need more sand. Pour the excess sand in there. I'm doing this with one hand. Oh, got the sand in. That's very, very cool. Now you can put in the shavings. You happy with it?
Yep.
That looks good.
Is there any more resin going in that?
There is.
Ain't any more.
I'm gonna have to put that into something else. Okay guys, I thought I'd share with you guys one of the orgonites. I'm gonna do a reveal at the end, but this is the one with the sand. So the sand basically, obviously there was too much sand, so the tip didn't form. So when we took it out, the the sand stayed in the mold, and we just, you know, emptied it out back in the bottle. But look at the crystal sticking out, look cool it is. And it has a little bit of cracks in them and stuff. Then the organized I make do not look perfect, but they're very, very cool. And yeah, I have several other ones I'm gonna share with you guys as well. And the bulb ones turn out really cool as well. I can't wait to share that with you guys. Hi everybody, this is Ingi, and today I'm going to finally reveal who is Odin. It has been obvious for a while now who he is, but I've never written this blog because it's going to take a lot out of me putting this down. He made me work through all the characters, and you know, Loki, I've proven who he is. Heimdallr, Frigg, Freya, Thor. And he kind of made me understand who he is by working through all these other characters until there was nothing left. I knew what the stories represent, and I knew then what Odin represents in the story. And I'm going to prove that to you. I have proof, there is no doubt at all. And why people miss it is because we live in complete chaos. we live in chaos times, but this used to be common knowledge. I do believe that, which I'm going to write about as well. But we live in chaos, so when we seek Odin because we want a father and we want to have some order in our lives. We want a strong, protective male energy, because that's what's lacking for a lot of us. Many of us grew up without father, and if we did have a father, we didn't have a strong father. Many of us grew up with weak male in our lives. So many of us are seeking a strong male, you know, a deity that can be protecting us. So that's why many seek Odin. But what he represents, like, he will be that for you if that's what you need to stabilize you, so you can go on the real journey that he wants you to be on. Because it's very hard to be on any kind of spiritual journey when there is so much lies, so much deception, so much confusion. Someone has to be able to take you away from all of that, ground you, and help you see through the veil. So I'm going to write up who is Odin, and I'm going to talk about it, and I hopefully you will be inspired by this, and hopefully you will understand how important it is for you to make this connection as well. This is not religion at all. This is a very personal journey that is only between you and Odin. Okay, let's get started. I watched a Instagrammer that I follow. He's pagan, and he was talking about Odin. And I don't know if Odin is working overtime right now, revealing who he is. But what he was talking about was, when he was going to talk about Odin, so I thought he's probably going to say, you know, what you normally hear. But then he started saying basically very similar to what I said. How Odin is a spiritual journey and he's represent that spiritual awakening and all this. He said all that stuff, and I was like, wow, I am blown away. And so I think that there is this awakening happening in the pagan community, that we're getting a lot of the same stuff. Obviously we're getting it from the same place, you know. And when after I'd written the blog that I wrote about Odin, I was like, so what now? Like, you know, I felt like it was like some sort of, I don't know, it was a completion for me. But it felt like, to Odin, tuning in on that energy that is Odin, it feels like for him, you know, he can be what you need him to be. If you need him to be father, he will be father. If you need him to be a friend, he'll be a friend. Like, he'll be whatever stabilizing force you need him to be. But I share one more thing about Odin that happened during that whole period when he guided me towards the Kriya Yoga. I was asking him a lot of questions, and I was leaning on him a lot. And then one day he said, talk to Frigg. I'm like, I don't want to. I want the father, I want the male, I want the masculine, strong, protector energy. I don't want to talk to feminine, I want to talk to masculine. And he said, well, I can't take you any further, so you have to talk to Frigg. But the thing with Frigg is that she's Odin in feminine form, which is the Instagram guy that I listened to today. He's a Danish guy. He said that Frigg is Odin in feminine form. He actually said it as well. So Odin has been sharing with all of us this. And then, so, but why did he say, why couldn't you just say the same thing? Why say seek out Frigg? What Frigg had been doing to me before he said it was that I would wake up in an altered state of consciousness, and she would pull my consciousness into, actually she did once, she pulled me into a forest, and she was doing some sort of energy work on me. But there had been other times where I felt also that it was Frigg that did all the sort of almost magic, it felt like, pulled me into the astral world. She woke me up in a lucid dream and made me realize it is a lucid dream. Things like that. She pulled the veil so I could see what the other worlds look like, but very quickly. And then so I felt like, okay, she's clearly, she has some sort of power that comes through the feminine. I hadn't really worked out Odin, who he really was yet then, so I didn't really understand why he had to do that, why he had to be in sort of that form. Why couldn't he just do it being Odin kind of thing? But there's some sort of power in when you go into your feminine that is very, very powerful, because that's when we are, obviously, now I know, that's when we're connected to source, whether you're male or female in this lifetime. So when she actually pulled me into source, just pure source energy, where I got to ask a question, and I think that question was completely pre-planned, because sometimes I feel like when it comes to these sort of awakenings, they don't leave that sort of stuff to chance. So if you end up in the astral world and you ask certain questions, it's likely that that's already been decided that you're going to ask that, so the realm will make you ask certain questions. So I asked Creator of all, who have you made that who loves me the most, I asked. And it was a sort of a selfish question, I know that, because I didn't ask who have you created that loves humanity most. I wanted specifically to know for me who I can trust in that, in a spiritual sense. And then I see someone I've never seen before, completely a stranger basically, and so I didn't understand what to do with that information. But I hadn't started the yogic path yet, so basically a few weeks later I do see who I saw in the light, and it was actually a famous yogi, but I'm not going to mention who it was. And that yogic path was not anything that even had crossed my radar. It wasn't my world at all. It wasn't something I even thought I would even ever be interested in. So it was something that I felt like, it took me actually a little bit of time to get used to it, but because I'd seen this man in the light and Creator, I felt definitely has given the green light, I could trust the path. And I don't think I would have otherwise. I would have just stuck to my kind of roots, and then that's it. I wouldn't have really gone too much outside of it. And even now I feel like, it's hard to think about Odin and Frigg and them, and think about them as yogis. It's very hard to think about them like that still, but they come from that same thing, and we all do. It's before religion was invented, we were yogis. We were actually deeply advanced spiritual beings. There's been a fall. There's definitely been a fall, and but these very powerful beings are guiding us in gentle ways, I guess, and maybe sometimes not so gentle ways, to awaken that part of us again. So guys, I thought I'd share that, and I'm going to share the video of the I'm going to share a clip of the video of the guy on Instagram, and I'm going to share his link as well if you want to learn a lot about that old culture from someone who's living sort of an old way in a modern time. He's a very cool Danish guy. Okay, I'm going to show
Odin
it to you
is
now.
the thought and spirit, and all his attributes are all related to the same thing at a different level. All the myths and stories about Odin are about journeys and states of the mind, achievements and development. They are about spiritual attainment and blood memory.
I'm here in Maroochydore today. I'm picking up sand, and it's for the organites. And I'm also here to do a WordPress meetup. So if you follow my course, it's the weirdest course ever, because it has tarot, runes, and then it has how to make a business like tarotting. So basically I teach you how to do that. So I go to this WordPress meetup, so I keep myself in the loop basically, and then I share it with you guys. I mix almond milk with goat milk. Then I boil it up. Then I'll obviously pour it in a cup, and then I add ghee and cinnamon. That's a perfect tea. Try it, guys. It is amazing. Oh my god, it's so soothing. It's like your soul is getting a massage. It looks a bit messed up though because it's full of stuff basically. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a pretty messed up looking tea because it's just so much full of so much stuff. So when you clean your cup afterwards, it's just like you just pretty much have to clean it straight away. You get stained really badly. But yeah, that's my favorite tea, and it's my superpower making this. Let me know if you try it and what you think of it, guys. Okay, time for a reveal. This is the one of the pyramids, but I had a crystal I think at the tip, so it didn't form properly there. But still, it looks pretty cool. It has wire, it has some metals. We just cut up like a metal scrub basically, and it has crystals in it. And so here's another one. Here's another pyramid. Looks pretty cool. Looks cool with the coil there. And here is another one. It's a bit smaller. And I think I put sand. Did I put sand in this one? I might have. Yeah, it looks like I might have put sand in that one there. And the tip also didn't form. But this one here, I put sand in the tip. So it was no resin got there. And then I put a crystal in there, so it actually turned out like this. And I really like it. I really, really love this one. The crystal is sticking out and you can see there's lots of sand there. So it's pretty cool color. So this one I really love. Then this is the conch shell. It's thundering outside now. It has a glow in the dark mushroom in it. And everything I kind of just... Yeah, we'll see if it starts glowing in the dark. But it's pretty cool. It's going to be a bathroom feature. Or a... maybe next to the bathtub or something. This is inside a... this was actually a saging kit. I can't remember what these shells are called. But this is basically, it's all in there. So it has a... it has crystals and wire, and it actually has citrine. So it's citrine in there. So Tom, my husband Tom, made this for my business. So that's really cool. The first one we made were these ones. So these are just in a normal silicone mold that was meant for baking. And then we made these. We put crystals and everything in them, and some of the crystals are sticking out. They're just for the garden, to put around the garden. So they don't have to look very fancy or anything. And then this is like glasses that we got from the electrician. He did some work in our unit, and he gave us this as a gift. These glasses, we turned them into organite. It's not completely clear because they heated up. It heated up so much, the resin, that it started overflowing, and we ended up it ended up with resin on the outside, so you can't completely see, but there is a crystal in here as well. You kind of see it. But then the next time we were a lot wiser, so we left the top off, and we didn't fill it all the way. This is the one I made. I have like a little bit of sand in the bottom and things like that, but it looked cool, you know. And my husband made a really cool one, and it looks like there's a cave, you know, because there was a big bubble there somewhere. We'll see where the bubble is. Here's a bubble there. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like it's a cave inside the ocean, so it looks really cool. So I really like these. And here's one of the first one I made that we used just the regular mold, but I had a crystal in and it's sticking out, so this is really cool. So I have that next to me sometimes. I like carrying these because they do have very cool energy. I'll share some links below. You can learn more about these organites. Anyway, I have started making jewelry again, so I thought I'd share with you what I have been making. This is just been kind of relaxing, meditating and making them. And then this is a kyanite, I think that's what it's called. Look how cool it looks, like very tribal actually. I really like this one that I think I'm going to use as a bracelet actually, but it's very nice as well. Here's a selenite. We use selenite shavings inside of the organites, and then this one, and we shaved so much of it, so there's not much coming out of it anymore, so I decided to just turn it into jewelry. And Tom was making these coils for the organites, so I decided to wrap that in there as well. So that's kind of nice. Here's another one. I think this one was the first one I made. This one here, it's kind of cool. Looks like FriYay with the top one. So I might put this on my Etsy shop for you guys if you want it. Here's a cool one. It has the citrine with fluoride, I think it is. So aquamarine with yellow, you know, it's very, very nice. So that's cool. Here's another one. This one looks also very tribal as well. This one is a tiger eye one. So it looks pretty cool. Then have I got any this one? I don't know what to do with this one. I don't think it's really finished yet. So I think this has to go on something else. Like I have to combine that with something. Here is one that I had some other jewelry hanging around, so I just combined it with this quartz and wire. It's pretty simple but pretty cool. Here's one that I made ages ago, and I just added basically the outside bits I had made ages ago, and then this inside bit I just added that to it to make it a bit more complex, you know. But it's really cool. And that's about it. I have some more. I have a few other things. Like this one turned really kind of, I don't know. This one's really big and it's very basic, so I might have to add some more to it. Maybe glue something onto it or something, I don't know. It's very, very basic, but sometimes that's all you want, is something simple as well, you know. So I've been doing this and yeah, loving it. So relaxing. Making the organites super relaxing. So I've been really, really enjoying it. I love doing these vlogs. My life is very quiet, so when something happens, you know, I need to share it. So for the future now, I'm going to be more active in that WordPress group, because I learned a lot today. Like a lot. They were extremely skilled people there. And so I'm going to make some updates to the course, you know, share what I've learned, and share some ideas, because once you learn WordPress, you have a skill that you can actually do that as a business on its own, doing WordPress. And there was a lot of people there, you know, they were not coders or developers, but they were still maintaining other people's sites as their business. So it's a pretty cool skill to have. So I'm gonna add a few things over the weekend to the course, it's a tarot course, but it has at the end how to set up a business like tarotting. So as I'm going to these meetups, I learned so much, and I have a combination of plugins there that they're just pretty awesome. They do an awesome job basically. So guys, thank you for traveling with me, and I love you so much. Bye bye.